Shalom ubracha, wonderful tzaddikim. Day 7, and this is the completion of week 1, Be'ezras Hashem. The middah for today is the middah of Yirah. When we're speaking about Yirah, there's a number of layers to Yirah and expressions in our understanding. We can start off by quoting Nefesh HaChaim in the 4th chapter, where a key ingredient to enable us to remember Limud HaTorah, the Torah that we learn, is Yirah Shamayim. And we should stop for a few moments prior learning and after learning to think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to get into a state of Yirah Shamayim. It's known, for example, by the tzaddikim of Europe pre-war, that they would speak about Reb Elchanan Wasserman, and they would say that he never forgot his learning. So some would say he never forgot his learning because of his photographic memory, his unbelievable memory. However, we don't know if he had a photographic memory. He would say, or others would say, upon him, that it was his Yirah Shamayim. As well, there's a few different interpretations of what Yirah Shamayim is, what Yirah is. So, for example, the Vilna Gaon in Habakkuk, 1st Perek 6th Mishnah, speaks about how Ema, for example, is Yiras Roimamus, and Yirah is Yirut Chet. And this is echoed by the Ramchal, where he speaks about 3 dargas: Yiras Ha'onesh, the fear of punishment; Yiras Haroimamus, fear of slighting the honor of HaKadosh Baruch Hu; and Yirut Chet, Chalila v'chas, fear of sinning. And it's very important to recognize that this is just 3. If, for example, we would go into other Mefarshim, Chayvus Alavavos, he speaks about Yirah, that there's a certain Yirah that a person can achieve where it's seeing through the eye of the intellect. The Ramchal in Dasot Tfunais, when he speaks about Yirah, he speaks about how there's a darga a person could reach when they have this Yirah, which is beyond the intellect. And it's something which is very, very deep. I would like to try and express the following. Whereas Ema, we can say, is very much to do with the emotions, or you feel something inside, you want to arouse something inside. Ema, it's something within the nefesh, something within the ego, the emotions. Yirah we can share as following. Yirah is related to seeing, ro'eh, seeing. So on one hand, Yirah is related to the state of consciousness that you are in. How conscious are you when you are looking around? Are you looking at reality as reality is? Or is a person looking at reality through the ego? Are you meeting the momentary experience as it actually is, or as you are interpreting it? And the more Yirah that we have, the more Yirah Shamayim that we have, I'm more conscious and I'm trying to meet each moment in the moment and to see reality for what it is. Yirah, to see it with my eyes. Yirah as well we can express is how much we care. Because at the end of the day, whether we're speaking about Yirat Shamayim or whether we're speaking about Yirat Chet, for example, why is it that I do my best not to do Aveirus? So on one level it could be because I'm afraid of Hashem. However, I keep mitzvahs and I keep Torahs because of Yirat Shamayim. We can say because I care for Hashem. So we can take the word Yirah and instead of saying fear, we can add to fear how much I care. Because the more that I care, the more Yirat Shamayim I have, the more I care to try and be precise with each and every halacha in the Shulchan Aruch. Each and every halacha in the Shulchan Aruch. So Yirat Shamayim is our attitude. Yirat Shamayim and Yirat Chet is that just imagine if you've drawn this beautiful picture and then somebody comes and splodges black all over it. That's Yirah Chet. I'm afraid I'm going to sin because it will separate me from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It will distort my vision of the world. I'm in the moment and I'm relating to reality. That's Yirah Shamayim. And Yirah in keeping Torah mitzvahs to keep me in that state of consciousness. So Be'ezras Hashem, for today, we can live with Yirah, we could live with a consciousness, we could be present in the moment and try our best to see something for what it is to the best of our ability. And when we keep Torah and mitzvahs, to stop and even say, I have Yirah Shamayim, I care about what I'm doing. I care for this halacha because I care for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Be'ezras Hashem Chevra, we will be successful in all our endeavors.